You're in a meeting, or maybe you're on a video call with a potential client. You know you're the smartest person in the room. You have the skills, you have the experience, you know the solution to their problem better than anyone else. But when it comes time to state your price or ask for the salary you know you deserve, something happens. Your throat tightens, your heart rate spikes, and instead of saying $10,000, you hear yourself say $5,000. Or instead of asking for the senior vice president title, you settle for manager. You walk away feeling relieved that you didn't push it, but deep down, you feel sick. Because you just watched someone with half your talent land the deal you wanted, simply because they had the audacity to ask for it. Here's the thing. You tell yourself you're being humble. You tell yourself you're being realistic. But that's a lie. What you're actually hitting is the self-image ceiling. It's an invisible barrier that has nothing to do with the economy, nothing to do with your degree or your hard skills. It is a psychological governor that strictly forbids you from earning more than you think you are worth. And until you learn how to reprogram this mechanism, you will work harder and harder every single year, only to find yourself stuck at the exact same financial level. My name is Zoe, and here at Exponential Mind, we don't just count pennies, we rewire how you think about wealth. If you're someone who feels like you have six-figure potential, but you keep getting five-figure results, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Because today, we aren't talking about budgeting, we're talking about the subconscious blueprint that dictates your income before you even wake up in the morning. We're talking about cybernetic mechanisms, cognitive dissonance, and the math behind why your bank account is just a mirror of your self-image. Let's get into it. Let's be real. Most financial advice assumes you are a rational machine. It assumes that if I give you a blueprint to make $100,000, you'll just do it. But if that were true, everyone with an internet connection would be rich. The problem is that your brain is not a rational machine. It is a cybernetic mechanism. This concept comes from Dr. Maxwell Maltz and his groundbreaking work, Cybernetics. Maltz was a plastic surgeon in the 1960s. He noticed something strange. He'd perform surgery on a patient, fix a nose, remove a scar, and physically they looked perfect. But psychologically, they still felt ugly. They still acted insecure. Their self-image hadn't caught up to their new reality. He realized that the human brain has an internal guidance system, like the autopilot on a plane or the thermostat in your house. This system has one job: to keep your actions consistent with your identity. If your internal identity is, I am a grinder who makes $50,000 a year, your brain will treat any opportunity to make $150,000 as a threat. It sounds crazy, right? Why would your brain treat money as a threat? Because of cognitive dissonance. This is a psychological term for the mental discomfort you feel when your reality doesn't match your beliefs. If you believe, I am just a regular employee, and suddenly you land a contract that pays you $10,000 for a week of work, your alarm bells go off. You feel like a fraud. You feel anxious. You think, I'm going to get caught. So your subconscious mind, trying to help you, will self-correct. You'll procrastinate on the delivery, you'll pick a fight with the client, you'll forget to send the invoice, or you'll spend the money immediately to get back to your safe zero balance. This is why hustle doesn't work if your image is broken. You can hustle your way to an opportunity, but your self-image will sabotage the execution. You cannot outperform your self-image. It is a law of physics in the mind. Okay. Let's pivot to the hard numbers, because I want you to see that this isn't just woo-woo psychology. This is simple arithmetic. There is a fundamental equation for income. Income equals value times volume. But there is a hidden variable in that equation, perceived value. And perceived value is 100% dictated by self-image. Let's look at two graphic designers. Let's call them Alex and Sam. They have the exact same laptop, the same software, the same college degree, the same level of talent. Alex sees himself as a laborer. He thinks he gets paid for his time. He believes hard work means suffering. Alex charges $50 per hour. To make $100,000, Alex has to bill 2,000 hours. That's 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year of billable time, which means he's actually working 60+ hours to find the clients. The result is Alex is exhausted, burned out, and hits a hard ceiling at roughly $70K or $80K because he physically runs out of time. Now look at Sam. Sam sees herself as a strategic partner. She believes she gets paid for results, not time. She identifies as a business owner, not a freelancer. Sam charges $5,000 for a branding package. It takes her roughly 20 hours to do the work. That's an effective rate of $250 per hour. To make $100,000, Sam only needs 20 clients per year. That's less than 2 a month. The result is Sam works half as much as Alex, makes more money, and has the mental bandwidth to scale. Here is the brutal truth. The only difference between Alex and Sam is audacity. Sam had the self-image strong enough to say $5,000 without stuttering. Alex didn't. And here is the data to back it up. A study from the Journal of Economic Psychology found that self-efficacy, your belief in your own ability to succeed, is a stronger predictor of salary growth than actual past performance. Think about that. Your belief that you can do the job matters more to your paycheck than whether you have actually done the job before. If you're stuck under 6 figures, it's rarely a skill issue, it's a pricing issue, and pricing is a self-image issue. So, how do you know if your self-image is the bottleneck? Look for these 3 specific glitches in your behavior. Glitch number 1, the discount mechanism. This happens when you're about to close a deal or negotiate a salary. You've done the math. You know you should ask for $120,000, but right before you send the email or open your mouth, a voice in your head says, "That sounds like a lot. Maybe I should say $105,000 just to be safe. I don't want them to say no." You pre-negotiate against yourself. You reject yourself before they have even the chance to know. Here's the fix. Realize that safe is expensive. Every time you discount yourself, you're paying a fear tax. If you discount $10,000 a year for 10 years and invest that money instead, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars lost to fear. Glitch number 2 is the over-deliver trap. You feel like you have to work twice as hard as everyone else just to justify your existence. You send emails at 11 p.m. to show you're dedicated. You do work that isn't in your scope. You obsess over minor details. This isn't excellence. This is insecurity. Deep down, your self-image is saying, "I am not enough as I am. I have to overcompensate." Here's the math. If you get paid $5,000 for a project, but you put in double the hours out of anxiety, you just cut your hourly rate in half. You're robbing yourself. Glitch number 3 is the "who am I" syndrome. This is the big one. You see a job posting for a director role, or you see a competitor launching a high-ticket course, and you think, "Who am I to do that? I'm just me. I'm just a kid from my hometown." Your brain has a file on people who make 6 figures and a file on me, and those 2 files don't overlap. This is the reticular activating system at work. Your RAS is a filter in your brain that lets in information that matches your beliefs. If you believe you aren't a leader, your brain will literally delete evidence of your leadership and highlight evidence of your mistakes. Okay. We know the problem. The blueprint is outdated. How do we update the firmware? You can't just affirm your way out of this. Standing in the mirror saying, "I am a millionaire," while your bank account has $42 in it, creates more dissonance, not less. We need to use evidence-based neuroplasticity. We need to prove to your brain that the new self-image is safe. Here's your action plan. Step 1, the virtual memory method. Dr. Maltz discovered that the human nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Athletes use this. It's called visualization, but I want you to be specific. I want you to replay a specific financial scenario in your mind before it happens. Imagine the negotiation. Imagine asking for the $10,000. Imagine them saying yes. Imagine seeing the money hit your account. But here's the key. Feel the lack of excitement.
This sounds counterintuitive, but if you imagine it and you're jumping up and down, screaming, you are telling your brain, this is a miracle, this is rare. Wealthy people don't scream when they get paid. They expect it. Visualize receiving a large check and feeling normal, calm, like it's just another Tuesday. When you normalize the extraordinary, your self-image expands to include it. Step 2. The Price Anchor Challenge. This is for your wallet. If you are selling a service or negotiating a salary, I want you to write down your safe number, the number you are comfortable asking for. Now, multiply it by 2. I'm serious. Double it. Now, sit with that number. Say it out loud. The price is $10,000. Does it make you nauseous? Good. That nausea is your growth edge. I'm not saying you have to charge double tomorrow, but I am saying you need to desensitize yourself to bigger numbers. For the next 3 proposals or conversations, increase your ask by 20%. Just 20%. If you usually charge $100, charge $120. If you usually ask for $60K, ask for $72K. This is small enough that you won't hyperventilate, but large enough to break the pattern. Once you survive asking for 20% more, your brain realizes, oh, I didn't die, and they still said yes. That is how you reset the thermostat. Step 3. Audit your inputs. Your self-image is formed by your environment. If you hang out with people who complain about their boss, count coupons, and talk about how the system is rigged, you are reinforcing a victim self-image. You need to be around people who have normalized the success you want. You don't even need to know them personally. Listen to podcasts of founders, read biographies of investors. When you hear someone talk about losing $50,000 on a bad business deal and laughing about it, it rewires your brain. It teaches you that money is abundant and failures are just data. You need to drown out the noise of scarcity with the signal of abundance. I want to leave you with this thought. We often think that we need the money first to feel confident second. We think, once I have $100,000 in the bank, then I'll walk into the room like a boss. Then I'll feel worthy. But the universe, and your brain, works in reverse. The self-image comes first. The reality follows. You have to walk into the room with the energy of someone who already has the money in order to get the money. This isn't fake it till you make it. This is believe it so you can build it. Your 6-figure potential is already there. The skills are there, the market is there, the money is printing every single day. The only thing stopping it from flowing into your account is the story you keep telling yourself about who you are. So stop identifying as the person who's trying to make it. Start identifying as the person who's simply waiting for the bank transfer to catch up to their reality. The moment you change the blueprint, the structure must change to match it. That is the law of exponential mind. If this video helped you see the invisible ceiling above your head, hit that like button. If you are ready to shatter your old self-image and build a new one, subscribe to Exponential Mind. And drop a comment below telling me what is the safe number you've been stuck at and what is the scary number you're going to ask for next. Let's rewrite the code. Let's upgrade the identity. Let's think exponentially. I'm Zoe, and I'll see you in the next one.